Mercedes, I've worked with the president a lot through this, and what I see is a man focused on protecting the health and safety of the American people.
You can't just sit there. Stand up. Stand up for what is right, and don't be afraid.
Time and time again, Joe Biden does not have the strength to stand up to the radical left of his party.
Today, we are spotlighting Green Bay, Wisconsin.
I thought I had seen everything from the Democratic Party. I never imagined they would try to shut down police departments.
But the things that he's doing right now to improve the lives and put Americans first.
President Trump is a very strong leader, and I like that. I want to feel confident in the person that is running the country.
We are one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. We will make America great again.
Welcome to Team Trump Online.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Team Trump Online. I'm Laura Trump, Senior Advisor to President Trump's re-election campaign. As always, be sure to like and share this broadcast with your friends. Tonight, we have the pleasure of having Oklahoma's Lieutenant Governor Matt Pinnell and Oklahoma Congressman Mark Wayne Mullen. Thank you, gentlemen, both for joining us.
Always. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Well, this is a big week for President Trump and the team. Rallies are back. I know the Democrats are so excited to hear it. And our first stop will be in the great state of Oklahoma this Saturday. President Trump won Oklahoma by a landslide in 2016, and we are expecting an even greater victory this November. Of course, tonight we're going to be discussing what President Trump has accomplished for Oklahoma, the significance of bringing back rallies, and how Joe Biden wants to destroy all the progress we've made over the last 3.5 years. Gentlemen, lots has happened recently. We saw the coronavirus shut down America's economy for several months now. During that time, President Trump passed the CARES Act to ensure that Americans are safe and secure throughout this crisis. A significant part of the CARES Act is the Paycheck Protection Program, which we know has helped save around 50 million jobs. Lieutenant Governor, I'll start with you. How important was the CARES Act for Oklahoma? What did you see down on the ground for small businesses and workers in your state?
Yeah, so as Lieutenant Governor, I'm one of the executive board members on the Department of Commerce as well. So this was 24/7 for us. When we got back into business, when that PPP money started flowing, it was a huge... huge differentiator for us as Oklahoma. It was one of the biggest reasons we were able to open up so quickly is because of that relationship with the federal government. That money flowed, and our Bankers Association that's certainly we were on the phone with pretty much every day because that money flowed through local banks. It was a really seamless process. Every state was trying to figure out, okay, how is this going to work? And I can tell. of the businesses in Oklahoma are small businesses. They were all, it was kind of the second land run, as we kind of dubbed it in Oklahoma. When everybody started going to their local banks, we were ready. We were ready because the federal government, that communication between the administration, our federal delegation down to the state level was really seamless. I mean, it's one of the biggest reasons we were able to open up so quick.
It's fantastic. And by the way, that's one of the reasons, because you are opened up, that we're coming to Oklahoma this Saturday. Representative Mullen, how about you? What have you seen?
Well, this is why we elected a business guy to be in office. If it was just up to the Democrats, they would have only done the stimulus check and then propped up unemployment, not thinking about the people who create those jobs. The entrepreneurs are the ones that create those jobs, and without those, the country and the economy can't jump back up. And, for us, we have 11 businesses plus just in the state of Oklahoma, my wife and I. And when you start talking about that bridge between when you're shut down and the finances to be able to open back up and at the same time keep your employees in place, that is pinnacle to being able to jumpstart the economy. Because once those dollars are taken out, the only way you can replace those is, one, either go back to work and then you got to get a loan that you're going to be stuck trying to pay back, which is going to keep you from being able to use that dollars or those dollars to advance your company, or you're going to have something like this that has never happened before. The federal government bridged that gap. We were mandated by the federal government basically to shut down. And this is the first time that I can think of that the federal government funded a mandate. And it was for it has worked perfectly. We've had over 61,900 businesses, small businesses, just in Oklahoma alone that applied for the Paycheck Protection Program, and over 70% of those loans were under $100,000. Those are small businesses. Like Lieutenant Governor Matt Fennell said, 90% of our economy is driven by small businesses. This was vitally important. It helped our companies, and it helped all the other small businesses of the state of Oklahoma too. And then once again, what Lieutenant Governor Matt Fennell said was it flowed through our small community banks too, which also helped them, because yes, they did get a little bit of return from making a loan, but they were also able to help those individuals that bank with them too. And so that's a partnership. That's the importance of community banks. And it was something that, of course, we were happy to be able to help in Congress, but it was the brainchild of President Trump and his administration to be able to bring this thing forward, and it's worked really well. I can tell you, our economy wouldn't be able to jumpstart in the way that it has right now without this paycheck protection, the CARES Act. It just wouldn't have took place, and it's worked as seamlessly as possible.
Yeah.
The press conference, Laura, that the president did with the private sector, I still remember that press conference in the Rose Garden with all the companies from the private sector. I can't tell you how many business owners in the state of Oklahoma were so impressed by that, and it reassured them. It reassured them, hey, this is a president that gets private sector. He gets how to run a business, and to have all of those, businesses stepping up to help the federal government, that really reassured a whole lot of businesses here in Oklahoma.
But a lot of people, especially to the left, complain about the decision making and the approach that President Trump has with policy making. But we make decisions based on two things: our life experiences and the way we're raised. And President Trump's life experience is business, and business.
Right.
And so he's not making the typical politician decisions out there. And guess what? It's been great for America. That's why we're not stagnant, and that's why we're able to recover this fast. And it just highlights the importance of having business people that get it. Not just people that's been in politics their whole life, but people that have been in the private sector that get it, that understand what it takes to create those jobs for the employees and the economy to move forward.
Yep. Thank God we've got a businessman in the White House. The president also recently announced a $19 billion relief program to help farmers throughout this crisis, and we know the coronavirus disrupted supply chains. Congressman Mullen, can you walk us through the difficulties farmers specifically have experienced and why President Trump's relief package was so important for them as well?
Absolutely. Look, I'm the fourth generation on our ranch. And that's where I raised my kids, and my kids are the fifth generation on our ranch. It's a way of life for us. And the margins are very thin, even if they're only there, even if they're even there. And we're a cattle rooster. We're not necessarily a grower. Out in western Oklahoma, which was in Congressman Frank Lucas's district. It's been very difficult for us for years. But when all sudden you don't have a place to take your product, be it on the hoof, which is the cattle prices, which we call it on the hoof, or the crop in the field, and you